What's poppin', y'all? Y'all know I had to talk about one of the biggest commitments this week early on. Y'all know it is a hotbed right now in terms of recruiting for the 2026 class, but we got one in the 2027 class, and that's Max Brown of Jefferson High School. Just received an offer from the Clemson Tigers on June 1st, and 2 days later, Lil Bro committed to obviously Clemson, man. Very, very special player to say the least, man. His big brother, Sammy Brown, was an all-ACC selection this past year and was all-ACC, I believe, freshman of the year. So you're getting the dog, right? Similar to his brother. Some believe that he is better than his brother, or he has the potential to be better than his brother. Now, both are special in their own ways. Sammy was a 5-star linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Max is a 4-star linebacker, but did really good this year, man. They were the heavy favorites this year to win a state championship in, obviously, their classification in 3A. Lost to Calhoun, who ended up winning, but got all the way there. And Max Brown is just, the way he reads the field, the way he reacts, and the way he can just get up in there and stop the run and also be able to play and defend the pass is what makes him special. And I can see him in certain packages where he's coming down in the box, blitzing, and getting after the quarterback, man. He has that kind of potential. So I'm not too surprised, y'all, to be honest, that he committed to Clemson. It just makes too much sense. Got a good family, good mom, Becca Brown, good pops, and Mike Brown, who's been training his boys for years and years. I have a decent relationship, I would say, with the family. I've talked to Max on numerous occasions, right? Talked to Sammy, obviously, as well. Really good family, man. And it just makes a lot of sense, man, for him to go to Clemson. Now, like I said, and like I told y'all, he is a 4-star recruit, according, obviously, to according to 247 Sports Composite, a 90.8 rating, 281 nationally, 13 athlete, and 35 in Georgia. Definitely can see these numbers continue to go up, especially with what he does on the field. Now, this is from this past season. He had 152 tackles, y'all, 14 tackles for loss. But what made the difference is, look at these last 6 games of the season, right? He had 10-plus tackles in each game and had a season-high 15 against LaGrange in the playoffs. So when you have somebody that can float sideline to sideline, blitz in the box, and can do a whole bunch of different things, that is what you want, man. And what's the key thing with Clemson? Now, you got to credit Dabo Swinney because they've been hitting that portal, right? And he used to get a lot of flack for not wanting to hit the portal. They have been active with it and landed some pretty good prospects. But the key with Clemson is they develop from within. They have one of the best development programs in the country. Nobody ever talks about that. But we look at players that they developed, the Avion Terrells, the AJ Terrells of the world, the Barrett Carters, obviously the Phil Moffas. These guys get developed, 3-star prospects, for Phil Moffa, and get developed into potential draftees in the NFL draft, right? They've been doing this all throughout the Dabo Swinney era. So, one, you got a chance where you can go and develop and then play early. Think about it. His brother, Sammy Brown, right, played early as a true freshman. You know what I'm saying? And other guys get to get in there. Stephon Green, like, if you can play, Dabo's going to play you. And I think when he looks at that, obviously played with his big bro a little bit in high school. We'll see. Obviously, Sammy will be a sophomore this year, junior year coming up after that. He'll potentially be able to play maybe 1 year if his brother stays all the way to his senior year with his big bro. So, why would you not go to Clemson? Clemson recruits at a high level. They're the class of the ACC, obviously. How many championships they won? 6 of the past 8, I believe, in the ACC. Clemson is the creme de la creme, and they develop at a high level. And if you're a true freshman, what other spot would you want to go to where you compete for ACC titles, you have some of the best teams in the country, you make the college football playoff, which they made this past year, and you can get on the field early? Doesn't get much better than that. You know what I'm saying? Every place does not have that. That's what makes Clemson so unique and why this commitment makes so much sense. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Max Brown, man. I've enjoyed talking to him over the course of the years. I think this is a commitment where he stays locked in. I don't foresee him leaving. You know what I'm saying? I think Clemson has NIL packages to keep him as well. They've been getting a lot of good money in there from the collective and all that good stuff. I don't see this commitment flipping at all. When Sammy committed way back when, nothing, no noise, nothing ever happened. He was a solid commit. I know NIL is very big now, and it's rare to see a kid actually, stay all the way through the process of committing. But the Browns, Max Brown, Sammy Brown, there's some of those kids that do that. And I don't think this commitment is going to change. So really, Clemson, any fans that follow me, y'all getting a stud linebacker, man. This kid is special. He can play just like his big bro, who has a whole bunch of potential. They saying this one could potentially be even better than big bro. So outstanding get for the Tigers.